Welcome back to the Tech Talks Daily podcast. And for my friends who are listening in India following the World Cup cricket, I want to give you a big shout out because as I record this episode today, I was reminded that India are currently top of the table while England are rock bottom. And although I'm not a cricket guy, I had somehow missed this, and I think I'll be following that much more closely. It certainly sounds more entertaining than following my football team, Derby County, right now. But on with today's show. Now, many of you will know that Honeywell is a Fortune 500 company that is inventing and manufacturing technologies that address tough challenges linked to global macro trends such as safety, security, and energy. But today, I want to learn a little bit more about how Honeywell SPS is helping businesses create a frictionless retail experience through their technology. Because let's be honest, if we zoom out for a moment, modern customer demands are changing. I know mine are on a continuous basis, and from autonomous stores without the need for checkouts to customers expecting instant, informed answers from staff to their questions, technology is increasingly advantageous, but also necessary in the retail landscape. And if we go back to the extensive expertise in the retail supply chain that began for them back in the 70s, I want to know more about that journey that they've been on and how Honeywell is now helping retailers create that frictionless experience in shops and distribution centres. And the fact that 60 of the top 100 global retailers and 50% of the top 100 e-commerce retailers rely on Honeywell's automated material handling solutions, well, that set off my tech spidey senses. So yes, today we're going to be learning more about Honeywell's Safety and Productivity Solutions, SPS, how they're providing products, software and connected solutions that improve productivity, workplace safety and asset performance for their customers across the globe. And my guest today, Mehul Patel, is the Chief Technology Officer and Vice President of Engineering for Honeywell's Safety and Productivity Solutions, where he leads technology organisations for the productivity solutions and services, personal protective equipment, sensing and safety technologies, and oversees all their R&D and new product development efforts. But on a personal level, he also passionately believes that education is the most important gift a person can give him or herself. And to further this cause, he's established a charitable foundation called the Guy and Darn Foundation, which provides educated-related expenses for things like tuition, books, uniforms and supplies to children who may not otherwise have access to education due to financial constraints. And this foundation has been in existence for more than 12 years and has gone on to support more than 1,000 students. But I've probably revealed far too much already, so with the scene set, buckle up and hold on tight as I beam your ears all the way to Charlotte in the US, where today's guest is waiting to join us. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell everyone listening a little about who you are and what you do?
Thank you very much for having me on the show. So good morning, afternoon, and evening to all your listeners. I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Honeywell Safety and Productivity Solutions. What we do in Safety and Productivity Solutions is we provide products, software, and connected solutions that improve three things: productivity, workplace safety, and asset performance for our customers across the globe. We do this through industrial leading mobile devices, software, cloud technology, automation solutions, everything that you can think about in the broadest range of personal protective equipment, gas detections, switches, controls, etc. At the core, if you look at it, who I am, I'm an engineer who has been working on auto identification technologies and solutions for many, many years. I don't give away my age, but roughly over 25 years. While pursuing, it all started while I was pursuing my graduate studies in imaging-based technologies. I got enamored with the technology and began my journey in imaging technology and continued it in my professional life as one of the pioneers in the auto identification and data capture industry, where I brought in use of image-based and camera-based technology to barcode scanners. This work eventually enabled the widespread adoption of two-dimensional barcodes. The barcodes that we see at the back of our driver licenses in US, you see on your delivery packages on Amazon or anywhere else that you see that, and on restaurant menus, right? And also I have around 120 patents, most of them pertaining to what I alluded before: automation, authentication, identification, and various applications across different industries. That's in a nutshell who I am. And
well, it's a huge pleasure to have you on the podcast. I've had so many people from Honeywell on the podcast over the years, and it's always a pleasure to get you guys on. And to set the scene for our conversation today, given the shift in consumer expectations that we're seeing now, I mean, you're in the US, I'm here in the UK, but despite those, 4,000 or 5,000 miles between us, there's still so many things we have in common. So how has Honeywell been adapting its technology to help retailers provide a more, maybe let's say, a frictionless shopping experience? Because that's become the standard, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. We start with like what today's customers expect, including yourself and myself and all our friends and families. The expectation is high quality on buying experience, right? Irrespective of whether we are shopping online or in a brick and mortar stores, the retailers are adjusting now to ensure this consistently great retail experience across all channels. What we are doing with them and a few of our biggest retailers is to help them digitize their employees by giving them the tools, the devices that puts the information on their fingertips, on the palm of their hands, right? We are helping them change and digitize the processes to eventually create that unified experience I just mentioned before, right? Or whether it is whether it is online or in store kind of thing. This is where we are looking to minimize the friction with the customers and their end consumers, right? The consumer expectations are driving demand, as well as that frictionless shopping experience that you talked about. And our solutions are helping our customers streamline selection, transactions, checkout, delivery, and returns. What we are doing in process is we are equipping our store associates, our customers, with an innovative handheld and wearable technologies that, as I mentioned before, allows them to instantaneously collaborate with colleagues, puts the information in their palm, on their fingertip, quickly check inventory, conduct checkout from anywhere in the store, whether it is in the back of the store, whether it is in the front of the store, whether they are busting lines and trying to help if there are long lines. We help them improve the customer experience. Honeywell technologies have helped retailers both on the store in front and in their distribution centers also. So our end-to-end integrated solution from warehouse automation systems, software, mobility and voice technology help our customers and retailers adapt to changing times and expectations from their customers. Finally, by leveraging our technology, I think retailers create a frictionless shopping experience that enhances the customer satisfactions. We have seen that increase in the fosters loyalty and ultimate driving business growth. It is also crucial for us to provide that technology to our customers and work together with them to understand their needs and tailor our solutions accordingly. That's how we help our customers and their customers.
And I always like to ask my guests to try and give everyone listening a sneak peek under the hood at some of the technology that brings these experiences that we're talking about to life, because I suspect that most of us take for granted a lot of things that go on. And for that reason alone, can you elaborate on the role of automated solutions in retail, specifically in terms of improving operational efficiency and increasing worker productivity to help business leaders listening too?
Yeah, sure. So the rapid rise of online shopping has placed, as we all know, right, an enormous strain on the e-commerce infrastructure and logistics in the retail environment. So retailers are using automation and digitization to build safer, more productive, efficient operation, and also boost their ability to respond rapid changes in demand, right? This is where they are fundamentally changing how they approach the automation in their processes and in their tasks, right? So automated solutions, if you look at it in retail, help optimize their daily workflows, which lead at the end of the day, the result of that is improved operational efficiency and increase worker productivity. How do they do that? How do we help them do that, right? This is done by automating mundane tasks, right? So once you start automating those mundane tasks, we are now empowering their workforce to focus more on impactful actions and tasks like customer service, their innovative initiatives, and strategic decision making, and therefore driving their overall business growth and success. We also have what we are doing with the automation is that by automating workflows and providing guided work step-by-step interactive directions through various input modality. You can call voice as one modality. There is this on-screen prompt as another input and output modalities. This, what is doing is actually reducing the onboarding time of the new employee significantly. Second major impact it is having is by using these kind of automating solutions, right? The existing employees can get trained for the new task. This is making the workforce more agile and efficient. This is how I think the automation and the retailers are leveraging automation to increase their worker productivity.
And in the context of in-store digital transformation, and especially for people listening that are interested in retail tech, how does equipping store associates with innovative technology, how does that change the dynamics of the retail environment and the most important part, of course, customer interaction?
For example, by giving rugged mobile devices to the store employees, right, that has connectivity, that has barcode scanning capabilities, that has voice technology incorporated in it, can equip the store associates with full access of the latest information, whether it is the item price, whether it is stock availability, and help them perform complicated tasks and workflows, resulting in quite quickly providing customers answer to their queries. At the end of the day, it is all about delightful experience for their customers, right? And we've seen that, and studies have proven it, that customer experience drives roughly 66% of the customer loyalty, more than price and brand combined, right? And 94% of the consumers said a positive experience will make them more likely to purchase again. So providing that associates with the innovative interactive technology enables them to provide delightful customer experience to their customer. Now let's take an example. I can give you a case study or example, right? Honeywell worked with a rural lifestyle retailer in the United States called Tractor Supply. We provided roughly 2,000 Honeywell mobile devices and software to their stores nationwide. Team members receive them, they fulfill the online orders, they notify the customer when orders are ready to pick, and process payments using those devices. The task that I've been talking about, right? They do that. And by checking out the customer on the spot with Honeywell devices, they actually reinvented their checkout experience with reduced queues, drastically improving the speed of service. What we are very proud is the end result of that was they cut the duration of an average propane refill by 93%. They went from 7 minutes to 30 seconds. This is how I think the retail environment and the customer interactions are changing using these kind of technologies.
Wow, incredibly powerful stat there. And I think that use case really brings it to life. And another problem that we're seeing, or challenge that we're seeing, is especially around labour shortages being an increasingly pressing issue in the retail sector. So How does creating a frictionless experience, how's that helping in mitigating that challenge?
Neil, for us to talk about this a little bit, let's take a step back, right? Let's look at 10,000 foot level on how does one create a frictionless experience. We talk about it all the time, right? And the frictionless experience at the end of the day, at the 10,000 foot level, is all about automation and autonomy, right? Automating processes, automating tasks or workflow, including customer tasks, for example, checkout that I talked about, right? Automating asset management, optimization, assisting employees by automating their mundane and safety-related tasks. This is how one creates a frictionless experience. And once you view it with this lens, now it becomes much clearer on how frictionless experience will help mitigate the labor shortage that is currently pressing our industry, right? In fact, it not only, if you do it right, it not only helps address the labor shortage, but it will also increase the employee and customer satisfaction, which can even result in less attrition, increased job satisfaction, and customer loyalty and business growth, right? We talked about it. So by automating, for example, mundane tasks, workforce can now be better utilized and focus on more impactful tasks and initiatives, providing more customized, for example, customized experience for their end customers through increased interactions and other services, right? By providing guided step-by-step workflow through the use of either voice or mobile technologies or screen prompts and all that, onboarding will get reduced, right? We can train employees to do multiple tasks with a short amount of training, thereby creating, again, more agile and flexible workforce. By automating some of the safety tasks, this can also result in health and safety violation reduction, right? And injuries to employees, which in turn will improve attendance and less time taken off due to injuries and all that, right? So by using these kind of automation, using these kind of technologies to create the frictionless experience, now you can see how it will help more optimized and making our workforce agile and help us with the labor scarcity and availability issues.
And I know you provided a case study or use case a few moments ago, and you're probably limited to what you can share. So I don't expect any big names here, but do you have any other real-life examples of retailers who might have successfully implemented Honeywell solutions and seen a measurable improvement in their operations and customer satisfaction, etc.? Is there anything you can share around there?
Yeah, sure. So Honeywell has worked with a lot of, as you indicated, right? A lot of world's largest retailers in e-commerce. I talked about Tractor Supply with the 2,000 Honeywell mobile devices and reducing their propane gas by fulfillment by 93%, right? Bringing it from 7 to within seconds kind of thing. We also have, for example, in Jumbo, which is one of the largest supermarket chains in Netherlands. They also saw the improvements that I'm talking about by using our devices in productivity and performance workers by 15%. Okay. Then another one, they are formerly known as Hermes. It's a UK-based consumer delivery company. Now, where we help them is on the other side of the retail, which is return logistics, right? So we help them and work with them and optimize the out-of-home network, where Honeywell kiosks and desktop printer, we use them in making the parcel delivery for quicker and more efficient for customers when they're returning the goods. They can go to the stores and within a click of a button, in less than 60 seconds, consumers were able to print out the labels and drop off locations for returns. So there is a case where we help not on the outbound side of the sale, but the return logistics side of the retail supply.
And if we look back to November last year, OpenAI's ChatGPT came along, that's blindsided so many business leaders around the world. Again, expectations changed almost overnight, and 2023 has just seen AI completely dominate conversations in businesses in just about every industry. And I think what we're noticing here is customer expectations and also technology inside businesses can change so quickly, and we have to adapt and be flexible and be more agile. So with that in mind, how is Honeywell ensuring that your technology solutions remain adaptable, remain flexible in the face of these rapidly changing retail trends and consumer expectations? Because it seems to be moving faster and faster, doesn't it?
Yes, it is. And by the way, this is an awesome question. But as a technologist, I love this question. Right? This is why I live and drive the organization as a CTO. For this, Neil, in Honeywell, what we do is we have a multi-pronged approach on how we ensuring it, right? And you rightly pointed out, look, AI just got it, right? But that has been a continuous, if you look at it, right? If you even look at Moore's Law and all those that happened way back in 1965s, you see that the technology is changing almost on 18 months kind of time frame, right? So the way we have approached is that ours is a multi-pronged approach on this thing. Okay, continuous change is something, and continuous development is something that we are very good at, and we keep on focusing on that. So the approach we have is that we have internal development of fundamental technologies, right? So for example, in SPS's case, we have sensors, optics, or machine vision, computer vision algorithms, which are fundamental differentiating factors in the jewels for how we provide a value proposition for our customers and all that. We keep on doing that internally. That's one approach, right? That we keep on consistently investing our resources and dollars into that. That's one thing. The second approach, the second prong to our approach is we also work very consistently with our thought partners in the industry and academic institutions to understand the trends of the technology, to understand the trends of the industry. So there is a continuous pulse that we keep our eye on and talk to the SMEs, the subject matter experts, not only within our organizations, but outside of the organizations and in the industry, right? The third prong to our approach is that we work with our vendors and suppliers also, right? Because we work and make sure together that we drive and develop not only our products, but the materials that goes in the products, the technology that goes in the products from our vendors, that we are also looking at and using the latest technology available in the market. So we work with joint roadmaps kind of thing with our vendors and suppliers to make sure that we are looking at what is coming down the pipe 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, and are adapting to that kind of thing, right? And then finally, the biggest thing that we do is we do a lot of joint co-innovation with our key customers, right? So we work with them to understand the problems that they are trying to solve, right? As you said, that ever-changing expectations of their customers, ever-changing expectations on how business is done, the business models are changing. All that, we work with them and try to solve and jointly create solutions that solves their problems. And then more importantly, it creates an economic benefit for both of our companies. So that's how we have been doing it. That playbook has worked, and we keep on obviously modifying the playbook as we go along. But that's our approach right now on how we are doing it.
And one of the things that really stands out for me about Honeywell's automated material handling solutions is just how it's used by so many of the top global retailers in the world. So I'm curious, what features or benefits of these solutions do you think make them the go-to choice for these major players? I'm interested in what you're seeing here, and where you think that value is, and what makes you the number one.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is again a pride and a joy when I talk with our customers, and this is, I think, is the best part of my life when my customers come back and tell us that they love us, right? Nothing better than validation of what you do on a daily basis than your customer telling you that, right? So just to reiterate what you were saying, right? The 60 of the top 100 global retailers and 50 of the top 100 e-commerce retailers rely on our automated material handling solutions, right? They prefer. They're using ours. And to your point, they come back and say, guys, this is the best that we have. The customers, Neil, prefer us because we have a proven track record. And over the years, we have earned their trust by providing them the best solution that they have that accomplishes the task that they want to perform, right? Our solution requires a very low total cost of ownership. We provide them the best class service in aftermarket, whether it is in support, whether it is for repair, whether it is the lower warranty cost, whether it is a spare parts availability, right? So these are the few things that they do. On top of it, from the solution technology perspective itself, right? Our solutions are scalable and very modular systems. And we, as I talked about, right, because of the four-prong approach that I indicated before, we always are incorporating the right technology, the latest technology available in the market to solve the problem. It is not always, to be honest with you, it is not always go for the most shiniest technology to solve the problem. It is using the right technology to solve the problem also, right? So our customers know that is what we do. That is how we are doing it, right? So that they, based on how we are designing, how modular, scalable, and all these things that we have available in our solutions, the customers can specify equipment that can be configured for the optimum use of whatever metrics that they're looking for, whether it is available space, whether they're looking at yield, whether they're looking at whatever KPIs that they're looking for. We help them get to those, right? And then lastly, in my mind, I think why we are so successful also is because the breadth of our product portfolio. We provide full end-to-end solution for our customers. We provide the material handling for retailers, right? Material movement. We provide them mobile devices. We provide them software. We provide them barcode scanning. Any technology that they would need to have the best day of their operation every day, we provide. I think these are the few things that I think are big on why customers keep on coming back and keep on telling specifically, and every time, as I said, I love it when they say, hey, love your solution, man.
Love that. And your passion for your work really shines in our conversation today. And we have officially arrived at that time of the year where individuals and businesses alike are beginning to look into the future. So I'm going to ask you to stare into your virtual crystal ball towards 2024. How do you envision the evolution of retail technology, and what role do you think Honeywell will continue to play in shaping that future?
We can go on for hours and hours. So given the time limit that I have, let me shorten my answer a little bit, because I can write a whole thesis on this. But if you really look, what I foresee in evolution happening is in the multiple places in retail world going forward. Okay, the retail experience will continue to become more and more personalized, and the technology and the solutions that everybody provides will have to continuously evolve to support it. Okay, the retail end-to-end operation, as we talked about with frictionless experience and all that, will start becoming more and more autonomous, and employees will be spending more and more time in customer-facing and interactions with the end customers, right? So I said that there will be multiple chains or multiple places where I envision where the evolution will start, right? So first thing I envision will be, or one of them, I shouldn't say the first one, but the one of them is going to be in the supply chain, in warehouses, whether they are DCs or whether they are last mile warehouse and delivery. I think going forward, the current way on how the product is tracked and identified is not going to be sufficient. We will need to know the exact location of the product. We will need to know the condition of the product. So the conditional monitoring, the tracking of the product throughout the supply chain will be necessary and it will change. The concept of what we've been talking about is going to start coming or becoming reality now in terms of connected logistics, connected warehouse. All that will start becoming prevalent, important, and must have going forward. In the retail stores itself, I think the experience will become more and more personalized. We are seeing it, and I think it is going to go to the next level. Consumers like me and you will start expecting a personalized experience based on our personal needs, wants, and preferences. Think about it. It will be almost like the retailers of the future will need to create a digital avatar of Neil and Mehul for each of their valued customer and tailor the services and experiences to it, right? Whether it is online, whether it is brick or mortar, does not matter. They will have to start personalizing that experience for ourselves, our digital avatar, our needs, right? And then thirdly, I think what is going to start change is the buildings themselves. They will become more and more sustainable, the energy efficient, the supply chain, the eco-friendly, right? Sustainability, including the carbon footprint, will become more and more an important driver for decisions, which I for our customers, the retailers, and the consumers themselves. And I think with the breadth of portfolio that we have, that I just mentioned before, right, and the expertise that we have, whether it's in domain expertise in fundamental sensing technologies, whether it is our expertise in mobile device, wireless connectivity. You heard Forge, you'll see when you Google Forge and Honeywell, you will see that we also do a lot of enterprise-grade native cloud-based solutions, right? Or building energy management systems, or expertise in both battery storage and control systems, and our use of contemporary technologies like computer vision, AI we talked about, right? The generative AI, traditional AI, machine learning, all that. I think Honeywell will be at the forefront shaping this future along with our customers and partners. That's how I foresee us.
Wow, an incredibly powerful moment to end on. But before I do let you go, I always like to have a bit of fun with my guests before I let us go. You've had a hugely successful career in tech. And if you look back, though, I suspect if any of us look back, none of us are able to achieve any degree of success without a little help along the way. So I'm curious, was there a particular person that you might be grateful towards, mentored you, saw something in you, just invested a bit of time in you, who helped you get you where you are? Who would that person be? We'll give them a little shout out today.
Definitely. Two people. On a personal side, obviously, and one on a professional. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about professional first. The professional person that is my mentor and coach has been and always is Suresh Venkataralu. He's our Honeywell's CTO, Chief Technology Officer and Innovation Officer, and he's incredible technologist. And above all, he's very effective business leader. So whenever I talk to him, I always learn something new on how to position things with the business leaders, or how to position, or how to think about the technology. So he's my mentor and coach on the professional side of things. On the personal side of the things, it was my father. Yeah. He passed away, unfortunately, a few years ago. But even when I was young, he always taught me only one thing. He always said, and I will say it in my native language first, and then translate it for our listeners. He always taught me, "Nishan chuk maaf, nahi maaf nichu nishan." And what that means is that you are forgiven for missing your aim, but you are never forgiven for aiming low. That's what he instilled in me, and that's what I'm thankful for.
Wow, what a beautiful answer. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Something we should also point out, and I suspect your father would have been a big fan of too, is cricket. Now, I know we started talking before we started recording today. You were talking about the World Cup cricket, and I must admit, I'm not a big follower of myself, but before we started recording, I put the league table up very, very quickly, and I noticed that India are top and England are rock bottom at the moment. This is going to be a great moment for you, right?
Oh, 1,000%, my friend, 1,000%. Anytime an Indian cricket team is at the peak or winning, those are the best days in my life.
Absolutely love that. And for anyone listening, just want to find out a little bit more information about anything we talked about today. We did cover a lot of ground. Where would you like to point everyone listening?
I would say, guys, the listeners, go look at our website, sps.honeywell.com, to learn more how we have developed the solutions, what solutions we have, how you can grow efficiency and productivity, right? And make, as I said before, make every day the best day of operation in our customer, right? While keeping workers safe through digital transformation and automation. Please visit that website, sps.honeywell.com.
Well, absolutely love talking with you today. As I said a few moments ago, we covered so much there, from automated solutions in retail, specifically in terms of improving things like operational efficiency, increasing worker productivity, the technology that makes it all happen, and also some case studies, real-world examples of retailers that have successfully implemented. And not only that, we also had your beautiful story there, and thanking your mentor and your father, and even having time to mention the cricket. I don't think we could have got any more in today's episode. I'd love to stay in touch with you, but just thank you for sharing your story today.
Thank you very much for having me on your show. It was a pleasure. And anytime you call me back, I'll be there. Thanks again. Yeah.
Absolutely love chatting with today's guest. A real gentleman. He's been added to the cool guys I could have a hot coffee or cold beer with. I'd love to just sit down and have a chat with him. We could have kept on talking there for another hour quite easily. He's just so passionate about his work and technology and the difference that it can make. And if you or your CEO or business leader have got something you'd like to share, please let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Equally, if you've just got a question or you want to comment on anything we talked about today, email me now, techblogwriter@outlook.com, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, just at Neil C. Hughes. Nice and easy to get hold of. But I'm afraid that's it for today. So thanks for listening as always, and until next time, don't be a stranger.